Welcome to the Art of Comics. I'm your host, Andrew Salazar. Irashaimase, which in Japanese means welcome to my shop. If you go to a restaurant, sometimes you'll hear that. It's Sunday morning. It is the same time as it's been every time. It's a little before 7 a.m. I get there a little early, but today, the last day, I want a good parking spot because I'm going to be shuffling my stuff back to the car, so I'm going to get there a little early to get a good spot. Yeah, $30 parking spot, that is. Don't get me started. Anyway, I am excited today for a couple of reasons. One, last day. Sometimes this is the biggest day. The most selling. Everyone's looked at everything and now they want to make some purchases. Two, it's a shorter day. Ends at 5, which is nice. And 3, because this is it. It's done. Tomorrow we recuperate, we count our coffers, and we start figuring out how to do the next show, get the next art together and everything like that. So I've been really enjoying doing the art, and so I think I might kind of double down on more original art and not so much the books, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, here we go. Let's do this.
Are you ready?
Okay, everybody, we're going to do a little state of the union of the industry right now, being a creator professionally. Let's just keep this completely real. This is all my personal experience and my personal opinion. This is the deal. No one goes into comics and is in comics for the money. You might go in, you'll find out quickly there's no money. It don't matter if you're an artist, a writer, or an artist-writer. And let's talk about those 3 buckets. First, artist-writer. That's the best situation you want to be in. You create everything you want to create. You can make it from soup to nuts. You can write it, draw it. This is where you get to then pitch it to your publisher and it's all yours. Or you can self-publish, which is wonderful. You can put Kickstarter, you can get yourself known on web comics and then take it to a publisher and just do that. That's what you want. That's the best situation because you control it completely. And like someone like Jeff Lemire, right, who does his own stuff, then he gets it's so good, the quality's so high, DC picks him up, he does books for DC, and he does his own stuff on the side as he wishes. That's what you want. But let me tell you, unless you are the top 3% doing comics, someone else in your family has another job, you have other gigs, but you cannot just live off making comics. Unless you are a comic book artist, writer, who, like I said, is in that upper echelon of people. Otherwise, you're working a day job. Your wife has a good job, or your husband has a good job, or you have other gigs that you're doing to supplement because there's no money in comics. Not the way it was. It ain't happening. If you're an artist, if you're just an artist, that's good. You got skills, but you'll soon learn that sequential art comics, making comics, is extremely laborious. It is much easier to make a print, to do illustration work, to do book covers, to do storyboards, and that's why you'll see a lot of these artists who start doing stuff in comics leave. They burn out, they move to another industry. What's his name? Joe Madureira, something like that. He did Battle Chasers years ago. Battle Chasers, top book in the nation. Battle Chasers was amazing. What happened? He left comics. He went and did games. Why did he do games? Well, I haven't interviewed him, but I'd say there's a lot more money in the game industry. Okay? Same thing for Travis Charest, French guy, I believe. Amazing artist. What happened to him? He went off and went into other industries. Alex Toth went into animation. So it's like you can't grind at comic books, being just a comic book artist for a long time. There are some who do. Okay? There are some who do. But it's very hard. It's very labor intensive, and it's just quicker, easier money to then do illustration. That's why all these people here have fan art. They'll do a pin-up of R2-D2 and make money. versus spending weeks and weeks on some comic book pages that people don't buy because there's not enough readers for the comic industry. People do comics for one reason. You make comics either professionally or as a hobby because you love the medium. The medium is wonderful. The medium communicates something that no other medium can do. Clearly, I love the freaking medium because I wouldn't be making these videos, 600 and almost 700 videos, because I don't like comics. I love the medium, right? But the industry, there's just not the readers to support enough creators financially, okay? Your wife's got to get a job, or your whatever, or you got to have some other kind of stream of income. That's just my take. So the artists get burned out, and they're also getting like hunted by writers. So let's go to the writers. There's no writer who wants to be just a comic book writer, okay? Name one. I would love to meet a writer who's only written comic book scripts. Every writer's got a novel in the works. Every writer's got a screenplay in the works. And this is just a launching pad for their project, okay? These writers go down, they look for some mook artist who lives in Czechoslovakia or Brazil or Mexico, and they pay him $20 a page to then draw their comic book so that they can pitch it to these movie companies, okay? The productions, because they don't have it, they have this shoddy script, no one's reading it, so they're like, oh, we'll make a comic book out of it, and we'll market it, and we'll launch a Kickstarter, we'll market it, and that way we can get rights, and I can make my screenplay. So comics is just a stepping stone for most of these artists. Not everybody. I'm sure some of these writers want to stay in there, but let's look at them. I mean, Jeff Loeb wrote for TV. Howard Chaykin went to Hollywood. Frank Miller went to Hollywood. Now, they were both writer-artists. They were combos, but the point is, it's just, for these writers, it's a stepping stone. And for the artists, they get burned out and they wind up doing something easier, which is either illustration, book covers, things like that, or storyboards, or go in and make more lucrative money that way. So then you talk about the publishers. Well, there's not enough readers for these publishers, so they're all looking at rights, okay? Marvel and DC is just pumping out books to support the intellectual property to keep TV shows going and that kind of thing. So IDW here, we're right next to them. They're publishing books to keep those licenses going. It's just even the publishers don't really care about the comic. Yeah, they want good comics. Okay? Yeah, the publishers want to have a good, engaging book, but it's also to make money, and they can't make money by readers. There's not enough readers, so then they sell those rights, and that's how that works. Okay? So there's just no money in the industry. It's just everybody's trying to translate it into some other way where there's some cash, because there's not enough readers of comics. Okay, web comics are okay. There's traffic on web comics, and things are moving more towards that, but still, the finances aren't really there yet. Okay, the only way to really hit it big is if you got these other big publishers like Penguin Random House, right? Penguin Random House, they are so massive because they go to all the big box stores, the big bookstores, the Targets, things like that, nationwide, huge volume. So they can devote a small little arm, like Pantheon Books, something like that. They can devote a little arm of their company to just comics, a little niche world. They do their little comic books, and they can then make money because of the volume. So Nimona, Lore Olympus, things like that. You can launch your book through them, and then you're making money. So that's what you want. As a comic book artist-writer combo creator, you want to get in those big stores, so you need to get those deals with those proper booksellers, book publishers. And those are the guys that make money. Direct market, you're not going to make no money in direct market. You're not. You can have an image book out. You're still going to have another job. Okay, or you might not get paid for 90 days, and then you still need to have some way to pay rent. Okay, so it's not like I'm published by Dark Horse, I've made it. No, dude, you still are gonna have to find more money. You're still gonna have to, because there's just not enough. There's not enough readers, there's not enough money going around, and you can't do it. Or you need to go find some artist to realize your idea, because you don't have your own script and writing and things like that, or you're an artist and you just burn out because you can't freaking hack doing this type of work, and it's hard. And this is just my thoughts. I love comics. Let me just end with that. I love them. But I love the medium. I feel like the industry now is just, it's hard, man. And then everything is so geared towards manga. There's gonna have to come a point where we're over the kawaii cute stuff in the manga, and I like it, but it's just so overwhelming at this con, and it's just been like this forever, and it's like almost like the lowest common denominator. It's the easiest thing that people will buy, and so people just make it for the quick buck, but there's no lasting value in it. Anyway, there you go. Let's do some more Comic-Con. It's Sunday at Comic-Con, everybody. Take a look at all this wonderful stuff. We did the State of the Union a little bit ago, but now we're like, it's 2 o'clock or 1 o'clock. We only got a few hours left. We are selling stuff. We are making business, making dreams come true. Bless their hearts. I mean, I don't know if there's much to say other than it's cool, but I don't know. Okay, that was fun. I got a chance to chat with Jason Aaron, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a bit. I'm hesitant to pull out the camera and say, well, can I put you on my YouTube channel? So sometimes I gotta play low key and just chill. But let's go back to the booth and see what's up. Her stuff is so good. I do like her work. But yeah, there's some good. That was fun. That was fun to talk to him. I really like Southern Bastard, some of his work. So let's see here what we got going on next.
I'll knock out the bell for us.
The show is over, ladies and gentlemen, and here we are, packing up the show. Everybody's getting ready. A couple of people are still selling stuff. They're smart, and some people have already left. They're out the door. I don't blame them either. We'll do a little walk around, and we'll bounce. Got some big old. It's kind of fun. Those are cool. Oh man! Whoa.
Mama, come on!
Hurry! Apúrate! I'm not in a big hurry, to be honest. And here's the thing. Maybe I'll do my final thoughts right now. Final thoughts. The con was a little disorganized more than other times in the past. Especially Artist Alley, there was a lot of mixing around. People had the wrong spots. There was some confusion there. You know, I've talked about the parking, so I won't talk about that. But I do feel like, in generally speaking, there's a little bit of organizational issues. They are just, they sell out here. Vendors sell out because everyone's trying to sell. But attendees are not sold out at all. And I think that's the thing. These promoters, this promotion makes its money off the vendors, right? So you got all these vendors trying to get in. It sells out quick because we're all hoping to make money. But the attendees aren't coming. And they're not coming with full pockets of cash. So it's not really helping the vendors. And in my point of view, it might be not worth coming when, you can't pay your bills. You know what I mean? It's not. Now, I got a free booth, so I can't talk too much about it. But there's still other expenses. Sure. There's still other expenses, involved in doing this for 3 days. So that's something to think about. It's just not a money-making con. It's more pop culture, just like it was 9 years ago when it was called Kamikaze, right? So that hasn't changed much. Not super comic focused. But all that said, I have fun. I had some great conversations. I really enjoyed talking to Jason Aaron. I talked to Fabrice. I talked to Brandon Easton. I talked to a bunch of different people that I really enjoyed learning from, talking about, and doing that. So that was super cool. And I love Comic-Con, and I will miss it. I miss going to these things. When we don't have one for months, we're not going to have another one for like months and months, 6 months, whatever. I'm going to miss going. I'm going to miss doing this because there is the energy of all the stuff. There is the excitement of doing Comic-Con, and I like that. And I like looking at all the nerdy stuff, and I like buying things and spending money and seeing the kids get as stoked about things. So I'm a fan, and so I had a great time. It was good. Actually, let's go talk to the bookseller guy that we talked to. I'm curious what he's gonna say. He's my read. So let's see what he says. Let's see. I'm gonna put him off camera. Okay, I just talked to him. He's a great guy. He did well. He did really well because he's like the only vendor that does graphic novels. So he had no competition. He sells everything 25 to 50% off, and he just went gangbusters. So that helps. Anyway, back to what I was saying. I love Comic-Con. I love them all. I love the environment. I love the boys and the girls and the babies and the children and the cosplay and comics. So there you go. Just freaking positive. 4 stars. We're just going to be super positive. So there you go. We'll do a little bit more videos, and I might even do a little extra. We'll see.
I'll promise your life, if you live